Hey, welcome to morning yoga. Together we're going to free our breath, rebalance our bodies based on how we slept, and recalibrate for the fresh new day. So receive a breath with me and exhale as you soften, navel to spine, hands to heart and belly. And find a comfortable seated posture. If you have a pillow nearby or a block, they can be very helpful so that you can sit in a relaxed way in which the hips can open as the knees extend out. Stay in that easy breath, turning the palms up on the knees, letting the shoulders walk down the spine, and tucking the chin back towards the base of the head so the crown is lifted. Come deeper into that breath. Bring a hand to just below your collarbones with the other hand on the belly. And notice as you breathe. If you're lifting your chest, or if you're expanding outwards through the belly. Some of us are doing both. But as you breathe and notice, try to relax and soften these muscles that attach to the collarbone. Gently stroking towards center with the fingertips, extending and contracting as you draw downwards. Keep that chin gently touched, tall through the crown, balance through your sits bones as best as you possibly can be. We're going to bring our fingertips to just beneath the collarbone, about a third of the way out. We're going to find a little tender depression point here and do a few circles out and in through the fingertips, loosening up the attachment points of some of the muscles here. Gently lift the fingers and exhale the chin back and down, staying long through the spine. Replant the fingers, angling them in and down to really anchor that tissue beneath the collarbones. And then inhale the chin forward and up very slowly. Keep the finger pressure and slowly draw the ears towards the shoulder one side at a time, gently rocking side to side. Slowly bring the head back to center and tap out the tissue out and in beneath the collarbones. Breathe into that percussion, allowing it to really penetrate with each drum of the fingertips, circling outwards. Slowly bring the fingers back beneath the collarbones, a little bit wider than we were before, just gently touching as we exhale the chin back and down once more. Pin the tissue, pressing the fingers in and down, and inhale the chin forward and up. Stay pinned through the fingertips and draw ear to shoulder, either side, going side to side. Open up the jaw and wiggle that a little bit side to side as tension manifests. And bring the head back to center, chin tucked back towards the spine so you're tall through the crown, balance through the sits bones, spine. You're drumming once more beneath the clavicles. Take that drumming now down through the sternum. Continuing to breathe with each exhale, tightening up the core, the abs, the navel drawing up and back towards the spine, the pelvic floor gently engaging with a small lift up and inwards. Bring it back out towards the shoulders, continuing to drum. We're going to take it cross body with opposite hands, drumming opposite shoulders. And then bringing it once more to the sternum, really drum at heart center of the sternum. And make 2 soft fists now with the hands and bring it to the lower back and top of the sacrum and gently drum out with the knuckles or the sides of the hands. So this is softer, this is harder. And really massage into the lower back around the kidneys and adrenals. And down into the tops of the glutes. And you can take it around the hips as well. Once more, knocking on the door for deeper pressure, or more so cupping with the side of the hand for lighter pressure. You choose your intensity. Inhale, bring it back to center, palms up on the knees, softening shoulders back and down, once more sitting tall. Exhale. Inhale slowly and deeply through the nose. Allow the belly to fill with breath and hold. Exhale the sigh out of the mouth. Softening the jaw. Another deep breath in through the nose, drawing the shoulder blades back and down even more, keeping the palms up and relaxed, moving towards the hips, gently up the thighs. Find a smile. Allow yourself a giggle if it suits you. And let go. Let go of whatever you were worrying about before you came to here and now. Soften even more into the breath. Slowly extend the legs out, bracing gently with the hands out from the hips. Rock the feet in and out a few times. Soften through the neck and the shoulders, flex the feet, and gently roll through the ankles a little bit. Then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. And gently butterfly, opening the elbows back behind us as we soften into the heels of the hands and lift through the heart. Relaxing the head back over the shoulders, engaging the shoulders back and together as we breathe. Relaxing the knees and the hips, allowing a passive stretch. Exhale, very slowly roll the head forward, pressing through the hands to come back to center, opening the palms up with the forearms at the knees. Exhale, navel back towards the spine, sitting tall and balanced. Soften the shoulders. Soften the chin down slightly, back towards the base of the head. And breathe. Slowly bring the knees together, and we're going to align the hands up, palm up on either side of the legs. You're going to space the heels and the feet to about hips distance and draw the shoulders back and down. And on your next breath, You're going to press the knees outwards as the arms create gentle tension in. And I want you to lift your hips side to side. Really inching them out as you maintain that pressure out through the knees. You'll feel that spread to the back of the pelvis. Settle into your new, more open pelvic position and release that tension. Breathe. Slowly bring the arms inside of the knees this time. Hands gently together, shoulders back and down. We're going to press the knees gently in as the elbows press outwards from our pressing into the heels of the hands. Stay seated nice and tall, chin tucked, receive breath. Notice if one side feels weaker or harder than the other, just squeeze in and release. Receive a breath. On your next breath, we're once more going to press out, palms up, elbows on the outsides of the knees. Inhaling and exhaling into that pressure outwards, drawing the shoulders back and down still as we press in. Feeling this open up the back of the pelvis, and once more lifting and lowering on each side to allow the sits bones to expand outwards. Draw the shoulders back. Gently draw the arms towards you, still maintaining that pressure. And exhale as you release. Soften the jaw. Gently flex each foot and curl the toes a little bit. Assist with some pressure, tractioning forward and down with the heels of the hands a few times on each side. And then we're going to bring the hands behind the hips, fingertips pointed towards us. Soften the elbows with the elbows rolling back towards one another, lining up the heels as wide as the hips. We're going to inhale and press the hips up as the head drops back in line with the shoulders. Breathe here. Focus on gently pressing through the feet, squeezing the glutes gently towards each other, keeping the elbows softly bent and pointing behind you. Breathe. Now start to find a shape and shimmy through the hips, allowing it to vibrate up through the spine. And exhale the hips down. Gently tucking the chin back into place, bringing the soles of the feet together. Come back onto the hips with the knees out wide, shoulders back and down, and receive breath. If you're in an uncomfortable position, shift your little pillow or block out from under you. And engage the shoulders to really support the heart from behind. Focus not on inhaling more, but on exhaling more. Because it's the exhale that creates the space. Slowly come into a standing position with whatever transitions you need to get there. I know some of us take longer than others to come up. And take your time coming all the way up. Gently pigeon-toeing the toes so the outer lines of the feet are straight. Lifting and lowering the toes a little bit to ground through the center of the ball of the foot and the heel. Softening into the knees, turning the palms forward, allowing the spine to lengthen. Bring a hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. Once more, dropping the chin so it's gently drawing towards the base of the spine and the neck. We're going to breathe here. And as we breathe, experiment with shifting forward and back on the feet. Soften any tension in the shoulders. Keep the knees nice and bent and start to shift the weight side to side over the feet. And now start to make a figure 8 shape over the feet, really feeling the subtle shifts coming from the feet up through the knees and the hips, flowing side to side. And slowly find center, softening deeper into the knees, feeling that gentle sway of balance finding over the feet. We're going to inhale and open the arms up into a goalpost shape. And as we exhale, we're going to make small circles back and continue that into our next breaths. From here, you're going to drop one arm behind the lower back and bring the opposite hand to that shoulder and slowly draw ear to shoulder away from that hand. Stay seated in your posture and soften the jaw as you breathe into that lengthening, keeping a gentle press against the lower back with that rear arm. From here, we're going to gently massage outwards, keeping that gentle press with the back hand, opening gently through the chest as we lift through that front top corner of the jaw. Use the breath here to aid in the release. Slow down if it feels like a struggle. Exhale and slowly unwind out of it, sending the palms back towards the hips, shimming through the shoulders. And give yourself a few heel taps, grounding out the energy, letting the drop expand out through the body with its vibrations. Give everything a good shake and a wiggle. Allow yourself another smile, another happy thought. And then sink once more into the knees, finding that grounded gripping posture through the feet very gently, very subtly, feeling a slight press out through the feet as the thighs gently come in as we press out. The body operates in spiraling patterns, even on seeming hinge joints. The muscles spiral around to accommodate the forces. Receive another breath, softening the shoulders, softening the knees, keeping the chin gently tucked and the crown tall. Breathe. Find that lower tightening on the exhale, that draw up through the pelvic floor, that draw up and in through the navel, that strong tuck back and activation through the rear of the spine that keeps you tall. From here, we're going to gently bring the opposite arm behind the lower back and opposite hand to shoulder. Pinning the tissue there, draw the opposite ear towards the shoulder. Breathe. Stay low in your posture. Notice if you're rising and press that back arm into the lower back. You'll feel how that subtly activates the rotation outwards of the shoulder as you start to massage up and back through that pec muscle, staying low, balanced across the feet. As you breathe here and massage, gently lift through that front upper corner of the jaw. Okay, just keep going. I will edit this out.
You gonna be a YouTube star again?
Maybe one day. We'll see how it goes.
Good for you. It's so beautiful of you.
From here, we're going to slowly unwind, chin back to center, arms releasing, and give a few gentle shrugs back, down, and out, shaking out the arms and hands, and then bringing a shimmy all the way up from the feet, the knees moving rapidly forward and back with that activated press through the balls of the feet. Whew! Give yourself a few drops, a few more shakes. Releasing any tension, just notice. Notice how you feel right now. From here, we're going to step the right forward, the left back. Scooting your pillow away if you need to. We want the heel of that front foot to intersect the arch of this back foot, which is going to be angled out at about a 45 as this knee comes forward and out. We're keeping it in line with the heel as the hips open to a diagonal. So don't try to force the hips this way. We're opening at a diagonal into our warrior two. Feel the feet pressing gently outwards and away from each other, almost like you're trying to stretch the mat out. And if you notice your knee tends to dip in, really keep the hand on the outside of that leg, reminding that leg to press outwards and activate through this glute muscle. Breathe. Keep your chin tucked. Every inch past the clavicle is 10 more pounds of pressure pulling on the back of your neck. This plant seems so friendly today. Hello, darling. From here, we're going to start to pivot on that front heel, taking the knee out and in, tracking with the toes. Keep it back out a little bit wider in your warrior two now. You should feel a little bit pushed beyond your comfort zone. Keep that hand on the outside of the leg, reminding it to support this knee properly. And breathe here. Find that gentle press outwards once more through the feet. Feel this glute firing. Use the other hand to wake it up if you need to. They can be lazy. Slowly pivot on that heel and inch the heels towards each other about 3 times. Finding that straight footing through the outside lines of the feet, so you should feel slightly pigeon-toed. We're going to soften the knees and shimmy all the way up once more. Whew. Releasing that tension from the hips, the lower back, the feet, everything we were just using in our warrior two. And we're going to inch the feet back in underneath us a little bit more, this time shimmying front to back through the knees. And set ourselves up slowly on the other side. Take your time, walking the opposite foot forward, inching the back foot at least 3 foot behind that front one, lining up the heel of the front foot, which is the arch of the back foot. which is going to be turned into about a 45-degree angle. We're going to soften into this front knee, using that front hand to remind the outside of the leg to engage up into the glute. Press outwards through the feet as the hips open to a diagonal, matching the line of that back foot. Don't try to open the hips forward or too far out. We're looking for a nice angle out at about a 45. Exhale. Feel the lengthening through the lower back. Feel yourself finding your expansion through your feet, that engagement through the outside of the leg. Once more, you can use that other arm to help wake up that glute if you find yourself having trouble supporting the knee. And breathe here. Find your inner smile here. Find yourself expanding and rooting here. Find yourself now starting to pivot on that front heel, allowing the knee to follow the movement of the toes, taking it in and out a few times, slowly, mindfully. And keep the toes turned forward once more. You should find yourself a little deeper in your warrior two. Engage through the outside of that leg, pressing the hand into it as you need to. And find that press outwards through the feet. Find the core gently tightening and lifting with each exhale. Keep your chin tucked, your crown tall. Your jaw soft. And slowly pivot in on that front heel and heel to the feet in at least 3 movements and shake and shimmy it out. Soften through the shoulders, the neck, give yourself a few flops side to side, shimmying it up into the shoulders and heel tap it out a few times, grounding the energy out and down. Give yourself a few flex and rolls through the toes. And come back to center, scooting the feet in just a little more back underneath the hips. We're going to inhale the arms out and up. Turning the palms up, we're going to exhale and gently reach to the left. Don't overreach. Feel the core gently engage. Feel the shoulders staying relaxed and down, away from the ears. Feel the feet grounding you, staying slightly pigeon-toed, slightly soft in the knees. Inhale to center. Relaxing the shoulders down. Gently stretch to the other side. Keep the shoulders open and soft, away from the ears. Exhale, come back to center, hands come to the heart in prayer. Soften into the knees more, receive a breath in. Exhale as you hinge at the hips. You're going to keep the spine nice and long. You should feel a slight turning in through the thighs as you ground out and down through the feet, and full reaching for opposite elbows. Keep the slightest bend in the knees as you gently swing side to side. Exhaling as you lengthen. Making a nice soft arch over the feet. Relax the hands down and trail them like weeping willow branches. Bringing it back to center, soften through the knees, turn the feet out at a 45. You want to make sure they're at least as wide as the hips, if not a little wider. Take your time bending into the knees, shifting the hips side to side as you slowly come down. You can support with the hands, but don't be pressing the floor away. Allow the shoulders to soften. Slowly come back up, turning the toes forward and in once more. Slowly roll it up and shake it out. Staying soft in our stance here, tucked in the chin, we're going to draw left ear to left shoulder and circle the right shoulder up, back, and down a few times as we breathe. Slowly come back to center, and we're going to bring the chin forward and back a few times, very intentionally and deliberately. Keeping the chin back and down, slowly draw opposite ear towards the shoulder and circle the opposite shoulder up, back, and down. We usually hear some crunching. Whichever side is tighter, we usually feel more resistant. Notice that you're not reaching forward through the chin, that you're keeping it tucked back behind the clavicles, ear towards the shoulder. Try to relax that bottom shoulder as well. And slowly return to center and take 3 slow rolls together, up, back, and down through the shoulders. We're going to inhale the arms up to that goalpost shape, and once more find some circles back. Sink a little deeper into the knees. Feel yourself supported in the heels, gently balanced by the balls of the feet. And we're going to interlace the hands at the back of the head now, really creating a strong shelf as we press the hands forward into the head and press the head straight back. We're drawing the shoulders back and down and keeping the elbows out wide. Sink lower if you're having a hard time balancing and finding that strong force forward. Release and receive a breath. That can feel really hard at first, especially if you're not used to using the muscles at the back of your neck. We're going to do it 2 more times because this is one of the best exercises you can do to strengthen the back of your neck and the base of your skull. All the little muscles that support you and help with all these tiny and big movements day to day get exhausted trying to hold more weight than they're designed to do because our heads are too far forward. Once more, inhale, open up the elbows, draw the shoulders back and down, stay soft in the knees, rooted in the feet, and press the head straight back as the hands press forward. Using the breath to find your strength from the core, exhaling with strength. And once more, soften and release. Tap out through the chest. Shimmy through the legs. Don't allow tension to build up there either. Allow it to flow out and down. Find your smile. I know that can be really hard. We're just going to do it one more time. And once more, find your sunk, rooted stance. Pressing gently in through the thighs, out through the feet, slightly pigeon-toed. Really engaged and rooted all the way down our legs. We're going to interlace the hands once more at the base of the head, open up the elbows, draw the shoulders back and down, and press the head straight back as the hands press forward. Breathe. Start to find a gentle gaze up, gently lifting the chin, still gently pressing as the head presses back. And slowly return to center, draw up the shoulders, and we're going to make soft fists and gently beat out the top of the shoulders and the biceps. And we're going to take it across and over to the opposite shoulder and upper back. Stay rooted, stay balanced on the feet. Try not to come up and start blocking your legs. And then we're going to take one last drum through the upper body, side to side, gently turning the head away as we do. And then once more to the lower back and glutes. Really allow yourself to get deep, either with the knocking motion or that cupping motion with the whole of the hand. Take it down the IT band. And shake out the hands forward. Whew! Kicking out the feet. Reach for the sky and just praise God you're alive. One more day. Namaste. I hope to breathe the free air again with you soon.